like to welcome you. My name is John, and the channel is Ride Reborn, where we discuss things about old Italian bikes, and we cover an age group of 50 and older. Today we're going to talk shop. What's the best way to keep your bike clean? Keep in mind, when winter comes, if you live in a climate where it's colder, you can't always use a hose, a power washer, and soap. What I have found is I use a product that I really like, Pro Honda spray cleaner polish. I find this works really good to get road dirt and stuff off the bike. Clean the rims, mirrors, the windscreen, the body panels, the frame, the exhaust pipes. The other thing that I use, not only when I'm traveling in my tank bag, I'll keep a chamois cloth in a plastic wrap bag to keep it moist. This works really good when you pull up for a break in an hour or so. I like to take this wet chamois cloth and lay it over the windscreen or my helmet windscreen. This softens the bugs so the bug carcasses don't scratch your plastic helmet visor or windscreen. The other item that I have found that I really like is I used to use an S100 product. It was a corrosion spray. But this ACF 50. This is a aircraft. It deactivates corrosion, and it safely lubricates and penetrates metals. So I use this, if I have to, along with a little piece of steel wool to work around fasteners that start to corrode, because no one likes corrosion and rust on their bike. You want your bike to look its best. The other item that I use is a product from Germany. It's called Semichrome. This is good to put a little dab on your fastener and work the steel wool, and then spray the ACF 50 on it. Now, I can wash the bike any time of year with using these chemicals, and a rag of choice, whether it's a microfiber rag or just a cotton rag, you can get these at a good deal and get a big bag on them at Costco. The thing I like about washing the bike this way, you can wash it when you're on a trip and it gets dirty. If you're on a 2 or 3 day trip, a weekend trip, you can wash the bike no matter what the temperature is out, and you can keep cleaning your bike, and you don't have to stop when the temperatures go into freezing and you can't use water anymore. Now, when I purchased this bike in Maryland this year, the owner loved to wash it and loved to look at it and store it. Yes, that was his enjoyment of this bike. And I found that he didn't dry it with a backpack blower or a handheld dryer, so the water just stayed on the bike. So I had to completely change the chain because it was so rusted up. The other thing I found is this is the connector going from the stator over to the regulator rectifier, and it sat just down underneath the front fairing, underneath the side cover. And as you can see, water got down in the top of this and it corroded because it was left wet, and then it got overheating, and then it started to melt. If you can see that melt area on it. So that's a problem with using and rinsing a bike off with a power washer or water. And then there was another fastener back by the battery coming back up to the front wiring harness that had melted. I had to pry it apart, and it was showing the copper pieces, and it also was corroded. So for this old bike being an Italian bike, and the wiring harness isn't like, you know, a Japanese bike, they got great wiring harnesses. Water can cause a lot of problems for you. So those are my tips on how I keep the camera bike looking as good as possible. Also, it allows me every time I come in from riding the bike or before I go out to wipe it down and polish it and clean it. I'm touching it. I'm checking for loose bolts, fasteners. It allows me to spend more time on the bike and get confidence in the bike, so there's less fear. You know, did I check this? Is there a bolt getting ready to fall off? Am I going to lose a body work? So cleaning also helps you with that. So anyway, those are my tips. Appreciate you joining today, and have a nice day.